previously.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for everything, Seto.
Look for the silver-haired girl.
I feel like that's been the point of this game since the start.
It's kind of what he's been doing, yeah.
An extra point for consistency.
Yeah, we had some real shit last session.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
And now we're back to the long corridors.
At least this is a staircase this time. You know, it's not a ladder.
Yeah, makes thematic sense.
A different type of step.
I can understand why she'd come down here and then go up to an elevator in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. it's that level of logic that really brings this game together, you know?
Yeah, I love it. Don't mind me, I'm just looking around a dark tunnel.
As you do. It's best to get your base of surroundings. It's crucial.
I have to say, I'm really liking this high-power flashlight.
It's really doing the job compared to the fucking like thimbles you've had to work with last time.
And the green light as well. Ugh.
Yeah. Yes, least said about that, the better.
Masterful dodging. Don't mind me.
Yeah. Just had some pin cushions, just trying to, you know, stab themselves again. And their own like sidekick, literally trying to kick us in the side.
God, I'm such a coward.
Maybe that's why that's the reason for her design. Like the creator literally just took her name to literally
Side.
sidekick. Yeah, boom. There you go. Kicking the side of the head every time she appears.
Sidekick. I get you.
Looks to be something up there.
Yeah.
Is it a stick? Oh, it's a package. It's a mystery item.
It is. How do we get
How
it?
did we get up there? That was the question. I imagine shoot it down with a crossbow bolt?
Ah, you would think that.
I'm wrong, aren't I?
Well, every item has been on the ground thus far.
Yes.
So that would imply up there is ground,
is it?
wouldn't it?
I guess so. I mean, it didn't look climbable from this angle. Oh no, purple balloons! We haven't got time for you.
So many flashbulbs.
We've got a mystery item to collect. Yeah, you guys have fun in there. You ever feel like you just like walked into the wrong party? That's what that felt like there. You know, like those guys were having a bit of a session.
In all
themselves,
honesty,
and you just,
with
like wrong
given how
room.
many balloons there were, it felt like I'd walked into the party early.
This is it. Like they were still setting up. It's like there's like a surprise party going on for someone else, and you just walked into the room like ahead of time. You know.
I had contemplated going back to the bonfire there, and I was like, we'll have to sit through it, and I'll need to sweep the restrooms afterwards anyway, so may as well get it done now.
Yeah.
Get as many packages as I can, and then go back.
So yeah, see how much you can get fit into your now large bag.
And you didn't like chicken, man.
I don't.
Come on.
Is that a shadow there on the
There
wall?
was, yeah, it was the
Shadow of a man leaning
it was
down.
the monster shadow, I think.
Was it? It didn't look like the monster shadow. It looked like someone else.
Huh. We might need to go back over that in the edit and see.
Yeah, like it looked like, do you know kind of way like there's like a flash and or like a scorch mark of a body. That's what it looked like.
It could have been. You're right. I don't actually think the monsters cast shadows, so it could be it.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like it looked like it was actually just like a burn mark left by somebody.
Ooh.
When it was time for their rapture.
Jesus, that would have made it much darker.
Yeah. Especially if it was down below here, like, you know. Alright, here we go. Torch lit.
Phew. I'm tired.
Not long now,
What
Seto,
have we
don't
got?
worry.
Hey, could this be?
No. Fantastic. I always wanted a hammer.
And a fucking spear.
Okay, just... It's just throwing us weapons now. I love it.
And we're in the end game now.
Oh, yes, we are. Okay, here we go. What's this?
Dawn was just about to break, and the subdued rays of morning light were finally spreading across the sky. I was taking my time, strolling through the bustling scene of the early hours. The clamor hurt my ears. Angry shouts rang from the main street, while flirts could be heard in the alleys. I avoided the hubbub on my way. Just being in a foul place like this made me remember the life I'd led. There was a shop with its door propped open. The music that wafted from within was not what you'd consider uplifting. The sign by the entrance was half shrouded in dark. The word Sylvia adorned it.
Boss, I think you've had enough.
A sweet voice said from behind the bar. The bartender was a long-haired woman in a sleeveless dress who was leaning against the wall.
I know it's up to you, but I think you've been hitting the bottle hard lately.
The voice was young and lilted, like that of a male cat calling to a female.
I think it might not...
Rika?
A glass clattered hard against the bar's surface, cutting her off. Silence followed.
Fine. Don't listen to me then.
The girl behind the counter took the glass to fill it, but grumbled in disapproval.
I'm just saying this out of concern for you. You look exhausted these days. And the last lady to run this place, well, you know.
Rika!
Again, the glass hit the counter. A cigarette was lit.
Once you're done, you can leave for today.
What?
Do you want me to fire you?
The woman bristled with anger. But the girl named Rika only shrugged her shoulders.
Don't say that. If you deserted me, I'd be all alone.
The glass she placed on the bar didn't smell of the pungent alcohol. It was a white liquid.
The last owner of this place died from alcohol poisoning. I don't want that to happen to you. See you tomorrow.
There was the sound of high heels approaching. I darted behind the sign.
Huh?
Rika looked up and down the alley, bathed in morning light.
Sylvia?
I already knew who she was calling to by that name. Rika gave a heavy sigh, for the first time, and dragged her feet down the dirty street. It was only when she was finally out of sight that I made up my mind. I'd never heard how Sylvia had been brought up before she died. She was so shy and quiet. There wasn't much to say about her. She was the one girl I didn't hate. But now, I was going to steal her name. At first, I thought it was revenge. It had to be. Revenge against them for living better lives than me. And it was revenge against my own cruel fate. Step by step, I made my way through the half-open door into the shop and whispered, "Mama." The woman was slumped over the bar, the same as when Rika first left. She sluggishly hoisted herself up to look at me and shook her head as though she wasn't sure what she was hearing. I whispered once more, "Mama." That's when her barren eyes, laced with crow's feet, wrinkled in a squint.
Oh, so it's you.
She She laughed with tears in her eyes.
You poor little thing. You look just the same as when you first came here.
Something about how she said that made her sound like Rika.
Where have you been? You've been gone for so long. What have you been doing with yourself? Here, drink up. You can have this. It's your favorite. I'll give you whatever you need. Anything at all.
There's a good girl. She cooed in a slow drawl, offering me the glass. I wonder if Sylvia was also served warm milk like this the first time she came here. I'm sorry, I whispered for the first time to myself. I am Sylvia. Sylvia, with her purple bell. The little girl who was held close by Mama in a small downtown bar.
Okay.
I've said it before, but I
Interesting.
love these bells.
They're very good, I have to say. Like, it hasn't like revealed itself too quickly, in a sense where like it's keeping up with the same pace as the actual like main plot, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like if you had a suspicion of how the story was going, then that either confirms it or shuts it down for you, depending on what you actually were thinking of, you know. So
I like how they gave us a break from the bells. We were in this facility, and then we were in the dam, which is a completely different place no one would go to. Now that we're back in the facility, we're finding the rest of the story.
I mean, yeah. In fairness, it's paced well in that sense, because it's kind of made you forget about it ever so slightly.
Yeah,
See, Adam's making space here for to keep himself nice and like, nimble for the next section.
I know, I'm just Tetrising. And yeah,
As you do.
basically you have to shoot that package.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Can't wait for your bow to break after one attempt.
Oh, we're not in combat, don't worry.
Yeah, but then a rock will fall on you, you'll take damage, and that counts as combat, and then the bow will
The
break.
string will break as soon as I try.
Yeah, that's it.
By Jove, I think he's got.
I'm starting to figure this game out.
To be fair,
It's mocking
we
me.
haven't had too many weapon breaks since, you know, the initial.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you've been skillfully dodging all the spookiness.
Yeah, and in addition to that, like, we just haven't been fighting, so I suppose that's also
No,
the thing.
that's
Once
true.
we learned that weapon breaking happened.
Mm.
Ah, shit, where is it?
But you got it either way. It was just a flashbulb.
It's literally it. Wasn't worth doing.
Fucks. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you have to collect the flashbulbs for a puzzle later on, so.
Yeah, no, if I'd bothered to read it, it's a single-use item that damages ghosts.
Ah, okay, so it's an actual, like a kind of grenade of sorts.
Yeah, kind of.
Grenade equivalent.
It's a grenade
Yeah.
that goes in
Area
your light
damage.
source. So you're walking around in
Yeah.
the dark and have to flash to see.
Gotcha. Ooh, golf club. Have some of that.
Yeah, I'm not saying no to a free golf club.
Oh, it's okay, it's a sight. Sorry, wrong ghost.
Side the friendly ghost.
The friendly ghost that's still fucking pulling us around here.
Okay, side the overly friendly ghost.
Side the needlessly oblique ghost.
That was me just seeing that there was a corridor and going, yeah, fuck it, we'll go back to the bonfire.
Oh, there's some kanji on the wall. Fortunately, it's again, it's another surprise party, so we are not going to stick around. Oh, we are. All right.
I was like, yeah, let's try and get
This
some
is the
experience.
party we don't want to be in. Oof. Mate, you're the wrong house. The party's next door, mate. You're in the wrong house. We're in a bubble.
So much static up these balloons.
They're sticking to my hair. The doctor said I shouldn't get balloons in my hair.
The doctor said my nose wouldn't bleed so much if I just kept the ghosts out of it.
They are really taking this personally, aren't they?
Now again, I was just like, you know what, I'm probably way under-leveled. Let's just try killing a few ghosts.
As I say, like, at some point you're gonna have to, like, use your combative skills. So, what better way than to bully some fucking balloons around? Ooh, you got free candy.
Yep, the weakest healing item.
You're level 17. Jeez, I thought you were much lower. What does that kanji say?
It doesn't translate.
Doesn't it? Oh, pity.
So comfy.
I could
Yes,
just
lovely.
stay here forever.
Wow, very cool.
Oh, another bell. Right. There's a lot of this time.
A tall human was watering the garden. His white shirt and black slacks were simple and clean.
Teacher!
As the two young children called out, a man who was watering the grass raised his head.
Yes? Anything the matter?
The man they called teacher kneeled down to peer at the young boy through his glasses.
Teacher, when's Lot coming back?
The question came from the little girl. Even from a distance, I could see the man's face grow dark.
Teacher, will Lot ever come back?
The little boy looked up expectantly, but their teacher could only furrow his eyebrows and purse his lips. More children gathered, questions alight on their small faces. Their matching white shirts were tattered with use. I could imagine that Lot, too, had joined this circle with her signature yellow bell. The young children didn't appear to have parents. They lived in the big, plain house with the man they called teacher.
Now, what's taking her so long? She's gone away before, but...
The teacher murmured an excuse, but the children wouldn't be soothed.
We want to play with Lot again. Maybe Lot's sick. Maybe she's hurt. I bet she misses us. She must miss us.
As worry spread among the children, the teacher asked them a question.
Let me ask you, does it make you sad to think that Lot's lonely?
Of course. We miss her.
The teacher nodded and continued. Then, if Lot knew how you missed her, it'd make her sad, right? His voice was gentle. As I watched from a distance, I hesitated momentarily. I knew that the yellow bell that Lot possessed was from this orphanage, which was why I'd come. But I couldn't imagine that she really had a family in this place. Would anyone care if she were gone? Their worries now put to rest, the children returned to their games, but one girl lingered behind. A freckled girl with curly hair.
But we're all...
The girl mumbled, looking down at her feet.
We're all still sad. Even if Lot isn't lonely.
The teacher put his hand on top of the girl's head.
I suppose there are some things that can't be helped.
I know what you do at night.
The girl blurted, looking at him hard.
If you really felt it couldn't be helped, then you wouldn't be out searching for Lot every night after we've gone to sleep.
The teacher quickly put a finger to his lips.
Everyone's worried enough as it is.
But now I'm more worried about you, teacher.
The man simply nodded with a sad smile at the girl's words.
I know that. And I'm sorry.
Then, with the hose still in hand, he looked at the sky and spoke aloud.
Between you and me, I'm not all that worried about Lot. I'm sure she'll still survive outside these walls. All that matters is that we all considered her family. I'm sure she wants to treasure those words too, because the family we made here is the only one we've ever had. As far as I'm concerned, we're Lot's family, and as long as she knows that, everything will be okay. And to be honest, I believe that Lot will return someday.
Night came, and the lights in the orphanage winked out. I slowly crept out from the shadows that spread before the orphanage. The moment the teacher saw me, he stopped in his tracks. The light from the full moon completely transformed me. I rang the bell, knowing it was all I could rely on.
Lot? Is that you?
Yes. It's me, Lot.
So then, does this mean you're ready to come back to our home?
But of course. If you'll have me, that is. Back at the orphanage, the freckled girl was trying her best to calm the children who were crying from the teacher's absence. For days now, she'd taken his place guarding them at night. Holding the young girl to him, the teacher announced my return to all the children, to all the family. I am Lot. Lot with her yellow bell. A gentle member of this orphanage, with a bigger family than anyone could ask for.
And by the way, that's pretty much how Money Madness started, just so you know.
Yeah, I was adopted. I picked up the bell of some dead child.
Yes, exactly. That's how we all started. My bell is purple coloured.
Oh man, but seriously though, I fucking love them.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you can just buy and carry around an oxygen cylinder.
I was about to say, it's like this is like, that's a healing item.
It makes no sense for like the weight of those things. They're fucking insane.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like comparatively speaking, like yeah, get a chocolate bar and some like sake, you're grand.
Yeah,
that'll do.
A fucking proper compressed gas cylinder isn't a dangerous item. No, it's a healing item.
Nonsense! It's a turbo. You can blast your way down the next corridor.
Yeah, I'll have a couple of energy drinks, thanks.
Hello, my programming has become faulty towers.
Well then, this is goodbye.
Don't mention the war.
Thanks, Chicken Man.
Someone's really cleaned out his innards. It's starting to get pretty bad in there.
Ever since you learnt that he was a robot, you haven't seen Chicken Man the same way.
I really haven't, to be honest. My idea of him being a deranged Professor Oak has really taken a hit in the last couple of hours.
your pet theory is gone.
I still live in hope.
He may actually be the Professor, just a robotic version of him.
Cyberized. Yeah, he was cyberized.
The little girl was meant to be the world's greatest Pokemon master.
Yep. And you know what? She still fucking isn't.
He had a Torchic prepared for her and everything.
I know. Well, that was the first mistake, you know. Once you gave the kid a Torchic, like, defeats the purpose. You've won. You got a Torchic. You get out. You're free.
The end goal of Pokemon, alright.
Yeah. Get the cutest Pokemon and then fucking get out of it. It's a shit business, Pokemon. Knock, knock. It's nothing.
No!
Oh, it's mystery item. Never mind.
It's a fucking mystery item. The one other box in the game with an item.
Did you know that beforehand?
Nope.
Oh no, it's a robot.
But you know that the training doesn't tell you to break boxes to get items. And you're not going to go everywhere in a maze and not break every box you see.
That's a fair point. But what about the robot, Adam? The robot wants to say hello.
Go away, Joey.
If the
That one's
ID
explosive, so
cannot
I
be
knew.
confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID
I do like how the robot ever so slightly sounds like the computer from Star Trek. So it sounds like even the Enterprise in this universe is having a mental breakdown. And then move on to stage 2.
Another long corridor.
Ooh, plot's happening.
Well,
Excellent.
The security's been activated. It's locked
But what about those 2
tight.
robots? Are they okay?
Well, only one way to go. Forward.
Error.
Right.
well, I was planning to go forward anyway.
Yeah. Does Seto actually ever use that Tumble Celebrations stuck to his chest, or is that just decorative?
That's his original backpack.
Ah.
That's where he keeps all of his memory items with his locket.
Hmm.
The important ones go in the locket.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No boy. Looks like a dead end. Guess
But
he
you're a
means
ghost.
business.
Off your fucking pop.
You could have picked a better
Huh?
choice of words there.
Yeah.
In other words, we're trapped
Again, who's
in
this
here.
we? One of us is real.
Hey, we're both real.
Oh
I
my god,
guess
she's actually
this
sitting down for a
is the
change.
end.
Huh? What's the matter? You're a guy, aren't you? It's too early to throw in the towel. Oh, I know.
What is it?
Would you... Well, would you like to hear my
Well,
story?
considering we've been panning around for about 4 hours, yeah, sure, let's go for it.
Sure.
Don't get your hopes up.
A long time ago. Long ago, there was a brilliant scientist who discovered, well, the secret of interaction. That is, how humans connect emotionally. The hidden ability to communicate without
To be fair,
words.
I haven't even discovered that.
Way in the past, people could have connected with each other using that power. So a bunch of really smart scientists got together to study the idea. They thought if they could reawaken this power in everybody, we wouldn't have to use words to understand one another. They concluded that it'd make the world a better place. There were wars at that time. People argued and fought over little things and big things alike. Everything was a point of contention, and people grew tired of it. The whole world was unanimous in supporting the project. Using a machine they called Glass Cage, humans sent a signal around the world
Okay.
to try and trigger the latent empathy faculty in people's heads. This would enable everyone to naturally harmonize with one another.
They were wrong.
Why'd they take a picture of the police knots to do that?
After that,
Yeah,
what happened?
Good point.
Well, everybody was excited. Now that they could convey exactly what was in their hearts, all sorts of misunderstandings and ill will would vanish
Again,
overnight.
they were wrong.
That's what they thought. The entire world was bubbling with hope. Everyone believed it was the dawn of a new era. They believed and believed and smiled themselves to sleep.
Uh-huh.
But then, the next morning, no one woke up.
Well,
Yeah. Pretty harsh.
They slept and stayed like that forever. That's how they all died.
Stop going to sleep.
And you think it's happening again?
Yeah. That girl? She's gonna be the catalyst for it.
Catalyst?
Her heart will make the connection. And connect with everybody else on
Speed
Earth,
up the reaction without being used up in it.
if it succeeds.
yes, very
What
true.
if it doesn't work?
I told you. It'll be worse this time. Not a single soul will escape.
but I don't have a soul.
And guess what? The first time around, I was the
So that's how
catalyst.
she knows.
But, Sai, I don't get it. How did you end up as the catalyst?
Don't look at me. I have no idea. I lived a typical ordinary life. And then one day, they forced me to take all these tests. Before I knew what was going on, they decided to use me. They plugged all these cords into my head, made me take strange medicines. It was all very weird.
Didn't you get paid for it?
I'm telling you, in all my days, I'd never felt such intense pain. It happened every day. More experiments. They didn't care at all how I felt. But there was this guy. He had a heart. Sometimes he'd slip me chocolates and candy. He'd even stop by and ask me if I was doing okay. And also, he thanked me nicely.
I see. So you and that guy, well, you were like friends.
You cracked
Special
me up.
friend.
I mean,
Yes.
I wouldn't exactly call Shin and I
Cat.
friends.
Get, someone catch
If
the
I
cat.
had to label
Someone-
us, we
Fuck!
were...
At dinner.
Wait
Pause.
a minute.
Guys, there's a cat
How'd
in
that cat get
cat
in
in
here?
shop. Start again.
The door's still locked shut.
And the exit is blocked with rubble.
Quick! After him! He might lead us
I
to a
really
way
just
out.
wanted that to be like an outtake of some kind. It's like, guys, the cat's gone on again. Okay, reshoot the scene. Action.
We really do have some feline ex machina in this game, don't we?
We really fucking do. Who knew that the solution to this game was just follow the cat?
It's literally been what we've been
It was
doing.
just that easy.
I found it! The cat's meowing on the other side.
But a cat can fit through
If you
anything
crouch
that's as
down,
big
you
as
should
its
be
head.
able to fit.
Here goes nothing.
Yay, we weren't trapped after all. And there's another bonfire.
Huzzah! Again, if who knew that following cats would be the correct answer?
That's been the theme of this game thus far.
It has been, but you know, like you know my beliefs, Adam. The fact that we had to rely on cats makes me very uncomfortable.
That was me just noticing in the mini-map that that's a dead end. So let's go for it.
There's probably a balloon waiting at the end.
Oh god, I hope so.
I love as well, like in the kind of conversation that Sai had with us there, it was like a signal was sent out. Like, what was the signal? Was it just go the fuck to sleep?
Well, no, it was a stimulating signal that reawakened a part of our brains, but ended up killing most of the population from it.
Okay, now when it says killing the population, is it not just possible they just all ascended?
Yeah, well, possibly. Could have all turned into
Like
ghosts.
to living people, that looks like they died, but in actuality,
Man.
they just moved on to a different level of
I'm
existence.
getting sleepy. Wow, very cool.
Because, like I said, it's talking about like latent forms of that, right?
No.
It's gonna go badly.
Though you're still so small, you'll soon be born. So this message is for you. There may come a day when you'll curse being born into this world. You'll wonder what you did to deserve this. And you'll probably have plenty of bitter words to tell me. But I don't think I'll be around by then to listen to your complaints. I want you to know how truly sorry I am. I just want you to believe this. No matter what happens, all we wanted was for you to be happy.
Everyone in town called the old writer who lived in this house a weirdo. The house was old-fashioned, and the walls seemed weighted with history. So little care and upkeep had been done to the place, it wouldn't be a stretch to call it a dump. The front door was always open, and not because it wasn't locked, but because there was no lock at all. Some would think that an invitation to burglars, but the place was such a mess that you'd lose all interest in stealing the moment you stepped inside. The house reflected its owner, an oddball, aged and in disarray. And this day, that oddball writer was laying in the middle of his hallway. For a moment I thought he was dead, but every once in a while, his finger would twitch, betraying signs of life. The bones in the back of his hands stood out, gnarled under paper-thin skin, but his slicked back hair looked young. The black framed glasses he habitually wore had stayed on, even after his fall. He'd probably worn those glasses so long that they were a part of his very being. And there he lay, weaving my way through the filth and the clothes and the furniture. I entered the house, and he didn't even notice.
Bisk!
He called my name in a gravelly voice. With each call, my body would shiver with surprise, and the bell would ring. It was a refreshing sound. The old man must have heard it too. He immediately leapt off the floor and turned his back to me.
Not another step.
The man almost spat out.
I don't want you coming near me.
And with that, he went back to the mountain of papers that buried what might have once been a desk. His hand never stopped moving as he scratched at his head. Believe it or not, he'd call out, drop to the floor, and do it all again. I was thoroughly baffled. And so I sat in the corner of the writer's room until night fell. The bell at my neck continued to tinkle lightly as I tilted my head. Can this man truly be Bisk's family? I came to check up on him every few days, but each time he'd act just as wild and nonsensical. When he wasn't throwing himself on the floor, he was completely immersed in his writing. Disturbed by his unnatural behavior, I tried my best not to allow my bell to ring, and so I stayed nestled in the corner until I finally heard the sound of a pen sliding across the desk.
Phew.
A loud sigh was immediately followed by a loud thud. He'd fallen backwards off his chair.
Finally, finished.
The way he breathed those words sounded so unlike his usual crazed tone. I lifted my head, and the bell chimed to him gently. With his back still on the floor, he let out a low moan.
Oh, Bisk. Bisk, my dear.
I was sure he'd yell at me to stay away again today, but instead he just lifted his thin, ghost-like arm and gestured to me. Just as I neared him, with my careful, steady steps, he suddenly grabbed me by the scruff of my neck and dragged me down with him. At first I went stiff with fear, but then I heard the beating of his heart. He gently closed his eyes and petted me.
Ah, Bisk, is that you? You've gotten so much thinner since I last saw you.
His bony hands were rough, but he petted me softly. As I sat there, unable to answer, the beating of his heart became softer and softer. He continued to coo at me gently.
Finally, I'm able to sleep.
His last words sounded more like he was speaking them from a dream. As the hand on me never wavered, I finally realized. my doubts were cleared. I understood now that this was the orange-belled Bisque's family. And as I gently closed my eyes, I could feel the sound of my own heartbeat, slowly melting free of its ice. I am Bisque. Bisque with her orange bell. The foster child who brings peaceful slumber to the master writer, whom everyone called crazy.
The sound of the bonfire crackling in the background makes these so much more beautiful.
It does. It adds a lot of atmosphere to it. All right, yeah. It's funny when he says about the funny sleeping. Like, if there was an instance where people had realized it was a sleep that was supposedly killing these people off, that kind of infers that there is a regular people who are forcing themselves not to sleep. And like lads, I don't know if you know sleep deprivation, but that doesn't go well.
No.
Like, your brain goes fucking crazy, like literally mental.
As I say, going back to the boys at the dam.
It's the same cat from before.
Yeah, exactly. Like, one of them went asleep and that was it.
Which makes it more heartbreaking that the older brother was like, I'm not going to carry you back. Come on, wake up.
Yeah, he knew they fucking fell asleep.
It hits hard, man.
I suppose it does, like, yeah, because it's a case of, like, I suppose is most cases with apocalyptic situations, is that once you realise what was causing it, trying to prevent it from happening, or in this case, like, trying to, like, hold out as long as you can, is quite, like, morbid, because everyone has various different ways of actually dealing with shit like that, and yeah, it could be it's interesting to see how other people behave with it.
Again,
you know?
it's kind of terrifying. It's like everyone eventually has to fall asleep.
Yes, it's the inevitability of it.
How did he get here in the first place? Wait.
But much of I'm sure people will say this as well. Like, much of the point, like, it's also an instance of where, like, well, some people still manage to survive. So why are there survivors? Were they just a case of, like, well, these people never lived through the rapture, so
and we don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Could it be that they were born just after it, and so having this awakened, empathy gland or whatever it was, didn't kill them off? Or
I mean, that's a possibility, but yeah, like I said, I suppose, like, it makes sense that it doesn't explain everything to you straight away, but yeah, there's definitely still more questions to be answered about it.
And I think there's a bit more to the mystery as well.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like, in a sense, it's partly revealed a puzzle, where I think, like, well, I had actually no idea what was going on here, but now that you have a general, like, inclination, is like thinking, right, what are the other pieces of the puzzle? How can this all fall into place? So that's the kind of intriguing part for me, is like seeing what's the other part.
Here's the thing about this as well. It's like, once they revealed it, I'm invested. Like, I'm even more invested. Like, revealing the mystery didn't take anything away from that opening, where we didn't know what was happening. If anything, it just sheds a new light on it.
Yeah, here's the thing with that, you see, like, whatever the actual reveal is, I probably would be happy with it, because it didn't, like, sell me down the river earlier on.
To-do list. 1. Eat a whole cake by myself. 2. Share a meal with my family. 3. Visit all the friends I can. 4. Read all the books I've wanted to. 5. Buy the clothes I always dreamed of. 6. Make up with that certain somebody.
Interesting.
I like how that was a dumb
That sounds
page.
like a good last day on Earth.
The silver bell wasn't a particularly outstanding decoration, but it did ring the most beautifully. I'd always wondered what kind of home such a lovely bell had come from. It belonged to an old woman who lived alone without relatives, in a large mansion I'd never seen before.
Madam, it's time for supper.
Thank you, dear.
Madam, the lilies in the garden have bloomed. I've put them in this vase.
What a lovely scent.
Madam, it started raining. Allow me to close the windows.
Yes, and draw the curtains too.
The old woman was waited on hand and foot by her servants. She'd rely on their help as she sat idly in her chair, listening to her favorite music. She'd even ask them to change out the records. But most of the servants seemed to genuinely adore their employer. But there was one thing the old woman would ask several times a day.
Excuse me, but could you call Chris here for me?
Later that same day.
Oh, where is Chris?
And again, even later.
Please find Chris for me.
Though normally obedient, this one request was always met with hesitation.
Madam, Chris is already...
The maids would start cautiously. Oh yes, you're quite right, the old woman would say, cutting them off.
She's not with us anymore, is she? I'd nearly forgotten.
She'd murmur with a nod, but not a few hours later, she'd ask the same questions again. She had them stop her favorite record.
Oh, wherever could my darling Chris be?
One rainy night, the mansion was in an uproar.
Madam? Madam!
The servants dashed through the halls in a frenzy. Finally, one of the maids shouted in despair.
Why can't I find her cane?
Though it wasn't too cold outside, the sheets of rain continued to pour relentlessly.
She couldn't have gone outside, could she?
A chill passed over the gathered servants before they set out. They put on their coats and called for help outside. I tore my eyes from them and made for the rain-drenched town. Amidst the downpour, I smelled the sweet fragrance of Lily. In the back lane of a park, far from the mansion, I made out the figure of the old woman. She was surrounded by a crowd who moved and gabbed around her.
Come on, lady, you'll catch your death out here. Maybe you should see the police.
The old woman's shoes and designer clothes were soaked through. A man tried taking her by the hand, but the old woman refused to budge, her face adamant. Fed up with her antics, the men finally left, leaving her behind. I cautiously stepped just into her field of vision, and without saying a word, rang my silver bell. It rang clear through the rain. The old woman raised her head sharply in surprise, her blurry eyes looking at me.
Chris?
The old lady rasped. I rang the bell again in a nod, and then turned around.
Chris, wait! Wait for me!
Her cane clicked as she followed me. I may not be able to carry her all the way to the mansion, but it'd be enough to bring her to her servants. I stopped often to look over my shoulder, to make sure I didn't lose her. The sound of that beautiful bell was a beacon. At last, one of the servants noticed the old woman and shouted, "Madam!" As she ran towards her, the old woman bent down to scoop me up and held me, trembling. The servants weren't able to hide their surprise, seeing how much the late Chris had changed upon her return. Not one of them said that I wasn't Chris, because the old woman called me so. The maids nodded in obedience, just glad that their beloved employer had returned home safe. I am Chris. Chris with her silver bell. I'm the tiny, adorable Chris, loved by her grandmother in this grand mansion.
Oh no. Oh, another one, Jesus.
I've gained so much. Gentle hands and many, many new names. Mondays, Henri. Tuesdays, Fleur. Wednesdays, Sylvia. Thursdays, Lot. Fridays, Bisque. Saturdays, Chris. And for just one day, I'm no one else but myself. It was supposed to be revenge. Revenge for the deceased girls who'd led a better life than I. With vengeance and blasphemy laid to rest, all that's left is me, a lie. Before I knew, I began wondering about the future. When? Tell me, when? When will I fall in love? Once I find someone who loves me, I'll finally be given a name. Not just someone else's substitute, but a name all my own. That's what I decided. So then why? Why did I have to meet him? He lived on a cliff face that looked down on the town. His features were considered striking, his posture regal. But those weren't the only things that made me stop in my tracks. I didn't really need a reason. Because to him, it didn't matter what bell I put on. Nothing would change the fact that I was nothing. A bell with 2 stripes of light pink lay at his feet. It didn't belong to him. The bell, like his love, was waste on the street. His features knew despair. You could see the hollowness of death in his eyes. No matter how much I stared or spoke, he never once looked back at me. I gingerly pick up the rosy pink bell. Its soft sound should be enough to reach his ears, stir his heart, and open his eyes. Then, in a husky voice, he will speak in a tone drowning with emotion. He will call out the name of his past love.
Maria?
And I'll choke up with emotion and smile as I say, "That's right. I'm your Maria." And then there won't be any real me left in this world.
Please, tell me your real name.
I giggle softly and answer again. I'm Maria. His brow will surely furrow as he snuggles close.
That's not your name. It can't be.
But that's the name of your beloved, right? I loved you. But the one that you loved was never me at all. You loved the real owner of this pink bell. Imagine it. A rival whom even death couldn't kill. The one woman he really loved. I hated her, cursed her, and stole her name and identity. And I do it no matter how miserable it makes me.
Oh, Maria. If we'd never met, then I'm sure I'd have rotted away right on the spot.
Those are the only words that can bring me salvation now. As long as you're happy, then I'll never need a silly name. A storm was brewing. The high winds that had been beating on the windows since morning gathered dark clouds and pelted the forest trees. I leapt from the safety of the old woman's blanket, raced through the town, and headed for the mountain cottage. My old hideout. I'd take a bell and think about the past each time I came here. I go by many names now. So whose ghost remains in this dreary mountain hut? A brilliant flash of light, coupled with thunder, filled the sky. Every hair on my body stood on end. There was a tearing sound of wood splitting. Chills ran down my spine. I quickened my pace without thinking. A tremor crept down my back. The scene that greeted me as I reached that hut was indescribable. A massive cloud of smoke clogged my nose and burned my skin. The mountain was on fire, and the gusty winds helped spread the flames quickly. In my panic, I dove into the hut. The heat was as hot as stoked coals, but through the burning and stench, I knew I had to salvage my bells. They'd been proof that the girls had lived, and now they were the one place I felt at home. I gathered the 7 bells and made for my escape, but the hut entrance was already engulfed in flames. I leapt through a broken window, feeling as though I was being burned alive. I could hear the destruction all about me. Just outside the window was the cliff face. I jumped down from my perch, prepared to take the dive. Through it all, I kept the 7 bells tightly held in my mouth.
Quite literally leaving on a cliffhanger there.
It's a powerful story.
And palate cleanser. Hello, I'm here to ruin the town. Can I help?
You got to admit, though, dude, it's some powerful writing.
It's great. It's great writing, I have to say. It's very, very good. Again, what's actually making me chuckle more is the random occurrence of the Chicken Man, who's just coming in every now and then to just completely change the mood.
Oh yeah, and it's completely random when you get him as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the fact that, like, through the randomness, he just comes in at the most inopportune times. Like, that was the most, like, powerful part of that, like, arc. And then suddenly going, oh, hello, can you please take this oxygen tank from my hands? It's weighing me down.
You and I are fated to be best friends forever.
I literally cannot be switched off. I've got rechargeable batteries.
Oh my god, the one robot with rechargeable batteries.
He's got, like, a set where, like, He's got one of those kind of like how the electric cars work, where every time he moves, when he stops, he recharges.
He's actually got another pram full of PFs, and he's just taking the batteries out of them.
That's it. Like, the actual wheels are like a dynamo. They're recovering his energy. You take the pram away, he dies.
I never expected a weakling like you to make it this far.
Here we fucking go. Oh, hello, Masky. You've been shite the last few times.
Be prepared for no major change.
Hey, it's no use! Look out!
I do not have to answer to
yeah, he's right.
Any threat.
It is a fair point, in fairness. He's a mask. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. That's why we're gonna bludgeon him to death. Oh, he disappeared. Oh no. How are we gonna deal with this? So am I right in saying that these masks are part of the AI that's the glass cage?
They seem to be.
Yeah.
I think all the ghosts are to a degree.
To a certain extent, yeah. Oof! From the back there. In his little purple nodule.
Indeed. That's the weak spot.
Yes. It certainly fucking is.
See, I seem to be able to hit him once, and then he'll... Oh,
yeah, you got 2 shots out there. That's good.
Yeah, so I think
that's kind of what you needed more.
If you get a half a step in, you might be able to stun lock him.
Ah, you don't need him now, in fairness.
Yeah.
mask his error.
Fool. Your existence amounts to nothing more than a goldfish swimming upriver.
Yeah, you remember how the rest of that legend goes, mate?
What? What are you talking about?
All your base are belong to us.
Our plan is on schedule. Make the most of the little time you have
I think
left.
I'll make the most of it by stopping your plan. Didn't think of that one.
We are gonna become the dragon.
We have to act fast.
Right.
Let me just catch my breath in this room first.
Let me just... Nope, no.
I guess the cat
Well,
ran in here.
yes.
Probably.
It'll be tight, but you can squeeze through. Be super careful.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's having a good time.
Outside, enough with your innuendos.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now would be a great time for a boulder run.
Snake, it's McDonald Miller. Shit, wrong game. Never mind.
Do, 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 do.
What you'd love now is like for someone, if we're like crawling through a duct, you want someone to be walking above us. That fucking tension would be great, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be really fucking weird. Considering we're
wouldn't
the
that be
last
good?
person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, a fork. I wonder which one I should take.
The one on the right, because it's a dead end and it's a video game.
I bet you there's a goodie at the end of this for me.
Probably gonna be a balloon.
Yeah, it's a video game made by a psychiatrist. There's fucking nothing up here.
He tricked you. That's what he did.
To show you that not all forks have, you know, it's a metaphor. It's not all paths.
It's a life lesson.
Not all paths.
It's a life lesson.
Yield
Yeah.
rewards. Yeah, there we go.
He's a prick.
He's a prick.
He's a prick. I'm glad to say it. Someone had to.
Oh well, at least we know now.
Yes.
I'll admit, I do enjoy that kind of trolling.
I mean, it's at least somewhat realistic, you know.
You say that, but again, I like the idea of like, okay, let's break up the monotony like this,
Yes, not every path has something. Yeah, it works.
and it'll just serve the piss off the player, and I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch, you got me, well done.
Because you still have to, like, out of a form of obligation, still have to see if there's anything down there. Because the one time you don't check, it's going to be a fucking mystery item that has all the plot.
Yeah, it'll be the Bell Part 2.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I figured that was the one we picked up from the mask room, so
We shall see.
follow the kitty. Where's the kitty gone? I don't know why, but it kind of feels like the corridor is shrinking, like in Alice in Wonderland.
Yes. Now I do think the cat's meowing out of my controller this whole time, but it's been a while, so I can't tell
Yeah,
you.
makes sense. Jesus, it's an awful lot of drawings.
Yeah, it's a nursery.
Playroom, is it? Playroom? Nursery, yeah, I thought, yeah. Well, I mean, it's looking, could be better, to be honest.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Explain yourself, Sai. Why did you let a human in here?
First, you answer a question for me. Why are you reviving Glass Cage?
That is
What
the
are you
most
trying to
anime
do?
scientist that's ever
You
existed.
don't need to know that.
Please, tell me the truth. If what happened last time...
Words can be frustrating, troubling things, Sai. I thought you, of all people, would understand.
But Shin, it's just that... If we could just talk, I know that I'd be able to...
That's enough. Soon, everything will be in order.
Bush.
Yeah.
Why can't he... I don't understand.
I get the feeling we're going to have to
Why
face him
can't he
later on.
see?
Probably.
Let's go save that girl.
And
Set
we're
up.
going to have to switch over to player 2 to beat him.
Yeah.
He's not Psycho Mantis, come on.
He was literally floating in midair.
I know. But come on, he's a ghost. You know this.
How do we know? Maybe he's just a psychic apparition.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I don't know why my horror movie sense is tingling here, but I want it to be like a pair of red eyes just floating from the chasm there.
Oh, yeah. No, this game is definitely designed to be a horror game. That's the thing. But it's so not.
Yeah, it's a kind of thing where it's inducing that bit of anxiety because you're expecting a scare and it never comes, like how Silent Hill does it.
Kind of great.
It's actually so hard to do because as a designer, your obligation, your kind of instinct is to have a scare. When in actuality, the fuck?
Yeah. There's some weird shit around here.
This is next door to the fucking nursery.
Yeah.
And they're doing lobotomies?
Well, you'll remember that Sai has a load of surgery markings on her.
I was about to say, yeah, because yeah.
Something I noticed as well is patterns on the floor. They're like animals, similar to the bear on her arm.
Yeah, they're kind of the same group. So they kind of explain to me. It's also the kind of same way with the white-haired girl. She is kind of in a hospital gown. So I'm kind of assuming that they're all kind of part of the little whatever test subjects there are.
Yeah, there we go. Literally Porky there.
Yeah. There you go. Wow. So does that means then that the girl must have another one herself then?
Well, that's the thing. It's the catalyst. We know that Sai was a catalyst.
Yes. But I was saying, was there a way of classifying them with the kids' toys, or was it just literally a part? The thing they brought along with them.
After falling unconscious, I awoke to the pattering of raindrops. I could still smell the mountainside burning, but the rain was now falling harder than before. I knew I was far from safe. Nestled close against the ground, I'd already lost the sensation in both my arms and legs. I asked the heavens if this was my punishment. Was this what I deserved for having taken the dead girl's happiness as my own in a twisted and shameless act? Through the ash-ridden world, a voice was calling me. No, that's not my name. And yet...
Maria! Maria!
Yes. The one calling me was none other than my beloved.
Maria, hang in there! Don't die on me!
Oh, yes. My love. My one true love. Don't give up. I whispered desperately. Don't give in to the despair. Please. Live. I thought that if he lost me, he'd never see his precious Maria again. And it wasn't just him. Henri, Fleur, Sylvia, Lot, Bisque, Chris. They'd all been beautiful. Don't kill me, I shouted. Please don't kill the ones you love. Trembling, I handed the 7 bells over to him. If you can, take these in my place. Just don't let their loving families lose all hope. He looked at me as if wanting to speak. Then, taking the bells with him, he turned and ran. As his figure became smaller and smaller, it was eventually washed away by the rain. I tried calling his name, but couldn't form the words. If I managed to speak, I might make the mistake of telling him something I could never say. As I thought about how the cold rain would sweep away the fire, along with my soul, I thought of the last person who'd considered me family. I may not have been the one they loved, but I certainly loved the warm and gentle hands that touched me. I lied and desecrated the dead, all for my revenge. And yet here I was, crying, here on the brink of death. I'd come closest to those girls and could finally, truly cry for them. After all, you know how it is. You must know, right? All you wanted was to live. The rain washed the mountainside gray, draining the light from everything. I was cloaked in darkness and rain. Then I heard the faint sound of a bell ringing. At least I could tell that my ears were still working. I focused my senses on the source. Then, just behind the sound, I heard footsteps and voices approaching.
Come on, Henri!
I thought I was hearing things. It had to just be a memory enclosed inside that bell. After all, no one would call for me.
Fleur! Sylvia!
It can't be. My eyelids fluttered. Why? From beyond the falling ash, I could make out figures. They circled around me. The boy, the boss, Mama.
What? Mask! Chris!
No, the children and the teacher, the master writer and grandmother. No. I tried to scream, but failed. No. Don't look at me. You'll see through my lies. Don't hate me. I was never the girls that all of you loved.
We already knew that.
Was the reply from the one who used the 7 bells to gather everyone here. You snuggled close to me as I was wrapped in a warm towel. As you kept me warm, you dropped the 7 bells.
We already knew that, all along.
He sounded on the verge of tears as he kissed my cheek.
Don't you see? The ones we loved weren't the ghosts from the past.
His words forgave me.
We all know you made up those lies to try and help us. No one else but you could have made us feel so good. Could bring us so much joy. It was all thanks to you and your 7 bells.
I closed my eyes, the tears still streaming. I thought my life was just one lie after another. But no longer. I finally understood it now. My name will be the 7-colored bell. A name given to me by my loving family and friends. I am Belle, carrying my 7 colors. I was the most loved in town. I am Belle, and I was the luckiest cat in the world for having 7 names.
See, dude, that broke me. That
Oh no, that was good. That was a funny twist.
twist? You're not getting that she was a cat the whole time.
I'll be honest. I had a different idea of what was going on.
Oh my god. Oh man, no. Just when it was like we already knew that, I was like, I know you knew that, and
Yeah.
it just
Yeah, I know what you mean.
hit me right in the, you know.
That was good. No, I like that. I really, really like that.
Okay, if you didn't know she was a cat, then seriously, what the fuck was she ever thought?
You see, I was kind of going by the kind of the stuff that was already established, you know, with the kind of the robots and. Well, initially, I thought she was meant to be like a spirit of some kind, kind of wandering and kind of taking, kind of like, you know, being like a,
I see.
you know, sort of like a Quantum Leap type gimmick. And then when we kind of establishing that there was actual robots and potential copies of people going around, I thought she was actually one of them, and would literally just like jump in and be that person for a while. But no, the actual cat thing is a lot better than my idea.
Yeah, but
that was actually like
the fact that she was a cat that looked nothing like the other cats. So the owners were all like, we're going to accept this fantasy because we want our cat back.
Yeah, exactly. Because like yeah, I suppose like kind of going by like on almost like a psychological point of view, like from the cat's point of view, you know, the fact that like you're kind of like anthropomorphizing it so much, you know.
The fact that you didn't get it when it was like I jumped on her lap and she petted me.
Yeah, in fairness, like I didn't know how to read that because they had used kind of like word like that before, and I was like thinking, okay, that's a strange term. But then again, like you can use those words differently, if you know what I mean. Like it's because if it was like a child or something like that, you could have made that argument, you know.
Yeah, I get
not to probably the same extent, but yeah, like that was kind of like there was a few like things that weren't kind of missed, that weren't clicking in there. But yeah, once it's on a reveal, it's like, oh, that's fantastic.
On my way.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I do that again, as I say. I'm sorry. That Belle's story. Just it's hard, you know.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was very good.
And I like how they framed it as a storybook as well, because it was each one of them wasn't an item.
Yeah, no, and that was it. Like, it makes so much, like, in a sense, it makes so much sense now that they had done that. You know, kind of way. I like that there are like ghost legs blocking what is essentially your brain.
Yeah. I think I can pick it up, but I just have to kill a couple of legs.
I think that's what you're trying to do, isn't it? I don't like getting mocked by a pair of legs. There we go, got there.
That's just one of the drops.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a bit of a prick. It's right inside me.
We are literally dodging as best we can here. Maybe if you explain to the legs that all you want is the items on the table, they might understand.
No, they're greedy legs. Happy.
I have like suspected in the past that legs can be greedy, but you know it's good to have it confirmed.
You've heard of guilty feet.
You've heard of hungry eyes. Now try guilty legs.
Greedy legs.
Greedy legs. Sorry.
Well, that's neat. That's neat. That's neat. That's neat. I really love your strange blue drink.
I see we're trying to sneak commercials into these sessions now, eh?
Well, yeah. Strange.
You never told me you were sponsored.
Shut up! The deals are running out.
Sorry, I'm just filling time here while you're eating vitamins.
Oh man, we've got mystery items. I don't want to leave too many behind.
That's fair. In fairness, you got like 2 extra pickups and you weren't expecting, so, you know.
Yeah, well, they're almost certainly either money items or weapons.
Yeah, that's fair.
What shape is that? Oh, it's a crossbow. Okay.
I like that you can tell that just from the shape. It was like, oh, it was long. It's a crossbow.
No, it's either a crossbow or one of the weird money items.
Okay. Turns out it's the oxygen tank, and the chicken guy finally coddled you into getting it. At last! Now you'll be burdened.
Possibly. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the bonfire now.
Yes. Let's burn up all of these mystery items.
Now the mystery of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Well, then enlighten us.
Fucking quids in, lads.
Passions.
Jesus Christ. Talk about fucking making money.
Here you are.
Thanks. Smells great. I swear, you brew a mean cup of joe.
You can thank the coffee maker for that.
No, it's more than that.
I don't have time for this. Please get back to your work.
Oh, come on. You deserve a coffee break, too. Join me.
No, thank you. I have duties to attend to.
Always the diligent worker.
Compared to your idleness, perhaps, Doctor.
The team doesn't need a dimwit like me to get the job done right. They're plenty smart enough.
But, Doctor, you were supposed to be one of the finest in the world.
Yeah. That's why I think they made a mistake.
Hardly. All you lack is the drive.
I don't prescribe to the where there's a will belief.
Doctor.
I know. I've still got a job to do, so I'll do it.
In that case, would you please get on with it?
Another nice little side one from the doctor's working on the glass cage now.
Yes. Well, we are presumably getting closer to the cave, so it makes sense to start throwing those little stories in here.
Yeah, we're in the room where it happened.
Yeah. So, is this now the time where you cash in on the oxygen tank?
I'm not buying an oxygen tank.
Come on, man. You're going to have so much fun with some, gas.
Well then, this is goodbye.
I will have a gas hell tank.
Be gas. You'd be gas man altogether. Turlurlahi. Be gas man altogether. Should look at. Would you be
Pure oxygen is not good for you. I cannot stress this enough, people. Ozone damage is a real problem. Reactive oxygen species cause cell death, which may cause some damage.
Monday Madness cares. It must be quite weird to attack with your own, with the items you've been stabbed with.
Yeah, I don't think they've been stabbed with things. I think they are growing out of them.
It kind of looks like they're just like she looks like a fucking pin cushion, so that's why I'm kind of saying that.
Yeah, kind of. The fact that those are our eyelashes is kind of more so.
Maybe.
Bad drawings. The girl was here. Why is that panda riding a lion?
That is the happiest story I've ever seen so far.
The one thing that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, where's that mystery item? Ooh,
the ghost faces, yeah.
Yeah, it's odd.
That is filthy.
It is actually. It's in quite some disrepair, lads. I'll be honest. You could do with a new look of painting here.
Again, fucking environmental storytelling done well. Take notes, developers.
Very much so.
Maybe not the whole gimmicky Wiimote thing, but
it does show you the level of thought that's been put into the actual areas and the environment. You know, kind of way. It doesn't want to tell you exactly what the story is. It wants you to discover it for yourself. Because if you're invested in it, you want to know more, and that makes complete sense.
Again, as I say, I think it's great because I was hooked.
No, like I said, I'll always give points for subtlety in the game, and it certainly got plenty of points for me so far.
Ah, yes, the surgical hammer.
Yes, exactly what you need in a nursery. I've always said it. I'm glad that someone now agrees with me.
Oop.
Oh, we have 3 David Bowie robots.
Get out of my way.
Yes. 3 Bowies blocking down the corridor. There's this Florida. Fucking hell.
Yeah, they don't want me to get past them here.
Yes, it's almost as if you're getting too close to the truth, Adam.
We know the truth.
Maybe I don't believe that Belle was a cat after all.
But what was her name?
I don't know, Meow or something. I don't fucking
Why wouldn't she have a name? Are you telling me that Mao the botanist was a cat?
Yeah. I think it's all a smokescreen, man. It's all a diversion from the real story.
Fairly certain that was your theory before.
And it still is. It's not that many
theory,
that caused all this.
Your theory before was that one of the characters would be a cat, and you just got the wrong story.
Well, look, I think my story still holds water. Is that, like, Mao is actually the guy who caused all this to happen in the first place. And now he's called Shin. Shin is also a cat. And the story we heard about a cat is just a complete diversion from the real story about the other person being a cat. And you cannot tell me otherwise.
Why would Shin be a cat?
Look at him. He was floating in midair. That is very cat-like behaviour.
Okay, you've got me there.
Come on, man. The signs are there.
I'm so annoyed at how close you are getting to the truth.
If it just turns out this whole operation's been run by cats, then this whole game has been a complete pointlessness.
Just put a pin in that. Make note of this timestamp, and we'll come back to it later.
That's the one I'm getting quoted on. The whole operation is run by cats.
Yeah. Every character is actually a cat. It's your answer from now on.
The whole operation is run by Tony Larudo, who's also a cat.
Oh god. These
Yes,
fucking
so it's
robots
very
mean
important
business,
to-
dude.
It's always very important to eat your vitamins before hitting a vacuum cleaner.
I like how I shut him down with the hammer.
Fuck off!
If the ID cannot be confirmed,
This is literally how I deal with all of my shitty electronics.
Thunk.
I mean, it's how the champ got the first time.
Out of the way.
Ow. Why?
Again, I completely forgot about that. That was actually a fucking pro move.
Yeah. Oh, hello. This is a much nicer looking area.
Yeah, it's a much nicer nursery / observation
Oh,
room.
it is an observation room. Yeah, the windows are painted over.
Hello, Moon.
Fuck off, Moon.
Wait a minute.
Go the fuck to sleep.
This might be me?
I don't know. Doesn't really do you justice. I wonder if that girl drew it. She's not very good.
Definitely me then.
Hey, don't say that.
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
Yeah. Whatever you say.
He's a bit fucking psycho if you ask me.
She was here. I just know it.
I hope that this is an
Maybe
alien
so.
popping out from the box there watching everything.
She's not anymore.
Says, hello, ignore me.
We have to
I'm
find
used
her.
for an X-Files episode later today.
Oh man.
The truth is out there.
Can I just say, I really like how jealous I get when we're talking about the girl.
Yeah. She does have a name, right? I just forgotten
So
it.
soothing.
The silver-haired girl?
Yeah.
She hasn't introduced herself yet.
Ah, okay, right. I wasn't sure if we actually knew the name or not.
We don't at this point.
Yeah, okay.
So I do, but...
Yeah. I know you do. You're a nerd. I mean, that's obviously.
Shut up. I'm enjoying the story.
I know.
Again, I wasn't expecting to be this invested in this, but it's great.
I'd say it kind of falls into the pleasant surprise category.
Yeah, definitely better.
Especially because like you're assuming because it's such a, as it were, an obscure title for the Wii, like you're not expecting the sort of I guess nuance is the right word to use there.
Well, no, I don't know. I think I got into it because I'd heard that the story was great.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of jank to it.
I suppose it's kind of with the in keeping with the tech as well, you know, with doing the motion controls and shit like that.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of jank here, and I was just trying to get a lot of healing items out because I was like, this feels like an endgamey area.
Yeah, I don't blame you, to be fair. And in fairness, you've done a superb job throughout the playthrough by having all of your weapons. So like, whoever the final boss is gonna have a fucking wonderful time.
He's fighting against an arsenal.
It's like you and your quantum singularity of a briefcase.
Okay, that wasn't a secret wall.
I was kind of hoping there was like an Easter egg. Oh, that's oh, hello, stuff.
Yeah, there's some interesting pictures around.
Yeah.
I wonder if these are actual things that were drawn in the psychiatrist's office, or...
To be fair, like, I was about to say, because these are all assets that someone would have to have made. So, like, the director would have been like, draw this, draw this, draw this. So, like, there is certainly that level of detail already been put into the game. You know, I don't see why not. Like...
As you say, nothing's an accident. They had to make it.
Yeah.
I think this is the back end of the observation room, right?
That's the observation room, yeah. Or it looks like it anyway. They look more like cabinets, though.
No, sorry, the other room over was, yeah, these are like looking cadaver cabinets.
Yeah.
A decontamination room.
Mm-hmm.
So that means those cabinets were just lockers for lab coats.
Jesus, there's a fucking lab coat there.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to the occupant.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of green goo around. Like, that's slightly disconcerting. Although, again, you might argue that's probably like meant to be blood, but they made it green to, you know, get the age rating.
Yeah. We say I'm not sure, but pretty cool. So the hammer can actually stun knock them, which is what we're learning here.
Excellent.
The spear.
Now, robot, if you were smart, come on, machine learning.
Anything in here for me?
So I don't see anything. Just a lot of fucking misery, apparently. Oh, there is something there. Nice, good spot. That was well fucking hidden.
Yeah, man, it gets a bit harder as you go along.
Very true. There's another one.
Nice.
Oh, never mind. You went upstairs. Christ. And now for some... And now for a sudden change of pace. Although even though it was such a clean area, good on them to leave you a bonfire. They're a thoughtful type, our scientists.
August 2nd. Today was just like any other. Quiet, uneventful, which I couldn't be more thankful for. Even so, the speed at which this research is progressing leaves me astonished. People think it's that geniuses work. But from my standpoint, I think we're moving too fast on this. There's something not right about it. The scientist in me wants more proof. In fact, I don't feel that there's any need to rush something like this. She could stand to take it easier too. Of course, she'd chew me out if I ever told her that. My assistant is a little too diligent. She won't let me get away with slacking. Oh well. Anything looks like slacking compared to her work. I haven't a doubt that working under a more promising researcher would guarantee her a brighter future. I've found plenty of opportunities for her to relocate, but she's more stubborn than I thought. Either way, I more than welcome the idea of drinking her coffee every day. Just writing about coffee has me craving some now. Hey, another cup, please?
Just the obliviousness of, like, she's clearly in love with you, dude.
Yep, that's a scientist for you.
Where did you come from? Where are you going? I'm sure you come from someplace I don't know. Going someplace I can't follow. I don't think I have that much longer to live. In my university laboratory, I dedicated myself to the study of botanical genetics. While in the midst of my studies, I fell ill and suffered a high fever that attacked my nervous system. The culprit was a bacterium, attached to a mushroom I used in the lab. When the bacterium enters the body, it causes a high fever that can lead to long-term damage. By the time I realized the dangers of the bacterium, it was already too late. I was already infected. My illness did not take my life. Though there were after effects, they were light, and thankfully, I survived. Although I am now physically healthy, I am left with deep emotional scars. I have realized an unforgivable sin I committed in the past. There was a girl from my childhood who I used to talk about dreams with. My dream was to become a botanist and engineer a flower with a color like the world had never seen before. She aspired to become a prima ballerina and grace the stage before millions. But she came down with a terrible fever that attacked her nervous system. Looking back on it now, the cause behind it was the bacterium and the moonlight mushrooms I had on me at the time. I cared for her deeply. I wanted her dream to come true. But while I immersed myself in my botanical studies to make her stage of flowers a reality, I lost track of what was important. Without her, my dream had no point. By the time I realized it, it was too late. My naive and self-centered actions took away not only her dreams, but also took her away from me. Tormented by guilt and despair, I tried to kill the pain with alcohol. Before I knew it, I was failing my lab courses. I couldn't show my face at home. Being stripped of all else, I only had my research left to live for. I killed off my emotions and completely devoted myself to my studies. All I leave behind is this letter and a potted plant. It was the fruit of my many years of research. If you have a moment, would you please look at it? If you happen to be reading this in the light of day, it probably looks like a snow-white flower. If it's night, the petals are probably glowing blue and shedding light around them like a lantern would. But if it's crimson dusk, I imagine it's letting off a warm light, like that of a flickering candle. What color flower is it now?
Very good.
He succeeded.
He did, yeah. I mean, he's still the evil boss, but apart from that, like, fair play.
He's so not. Oh man, that was a good way to wrap up the story from the start.
Wasn't much of the point. Like he did like achieve his goal, but he had no one to share the accomplishment with. So in the end, did it really matter?
I also love how it was his fault and at the start, like her illness was because she slapped the mushrooms out of his hands.
Yeah.
Glass cage launch preparations complete.
Oh, good. A nuclear sign. Nothing bad happens
We're
with a
running
nuclear
out of
power.
time. Hurry.
Right.
Radiation source from above.
First, some advice.
What is it?
Some actual helpful advice this time, Sai,
The
or
next room has a huge vat full of toxic substances.
That's not what that sign means.
It's really dangerous.
you can do it with an oxygen
Don't
tank.
waste any time. Your health will deteriorate the longer you stay in there.
Just saying, man. Just throwing it out there.
Touche. Touche.
I'm just saying it was well planned from the start.
We could do with a radiation suit, is what I'm saying.
Chicken Man predicted the whole thing. Red lasers.
If the ID cannot be confirmed,
Oof.
you will be
Jesus
removed.
Christ.
If the ID cannot be confirmed,
Yeah, this is
Yeah, okay.
it's not easy.
So, was it at this point you realised you were massively underleveled?
At this point I realised I was massively underleveled, and I also realised I probably should have brought the hammer.
Probably. But hey, you've got enough 5-hour energies to get you through. It's fine.
So you can actually dodge that just by stepping back, because it's really tight corridors.
Jeez, that thing is kicking your arse.
Yeah, man. Also, my health's like dropping rapidly as I'm standing
Yeah,
here.
I noticed that too.
So I'm just like, okay, we'll try and speedrun this bitch. We'll just get through as fast as we can.
Yeah, the trouble is that the gangway is so narrow that like if an enemy appears, you have no choice but to attack it because you're not going to get past.
if the ID cannot be confirmed,
And he
You have to keep the same health though. Question.
you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed.
Error. I don't know why, but I just wanted
Yeah.
that robot to just go, ow.
Dude, those
Why?
items that we bought early.
Oh.
And I unequipped the spear, so it was like, yes.
Oh, excellent. I mean, you lost a katana, but still.
That's fine. Either way, use.
It was really...
If the ID cannot be confirmed,
Oof.
you will
Nice.
be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed.
I get the feeling one of the patch notes for this robot is to make the arm 2 inches longer. just call me a savant or something, you know?
If the ID
Ah, yes.
cannot
So
Two
the
robots
trick is
now.
to just stand slightly out of reach.
Hey.
Okay, we're gonna get a bonfire between each room. Thank God.
Yes, excellent. What challenges wait us now in room 2?
Laser beams!
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already avoided the poison room, so now we must have a different, thing to deal with.
Goodbye, Katana. You served me well.
I think you should use a cat toy next.
But tempted.
I'm just saying, I guarantee it's going to be the one item you need at the end, you know? You're going to find Shin, who's also Mao, distract him with the cat toy, crisis averted, world's taken over by cats, humans are repopulating the earth with their new cat leaders.
With their new cat mates, is that what you're saying?
No, I think cats will use this as a power play to take over the world.
Cats already run the world, dude.
Well, not in this post-apocalyptic situation. Like they've lost control. That's what I'm saying. They're going to try and seize the agenda by.
Those cats lost control. They're the only living thing we've seen.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. It's like they are not in charge. They're all in the same boat as we are. But with Mao out of play, the cats will take over because it's going to be a power vacuum.
It's not Mao!
It fucking is Mao.
This next room is guarded by motion sensors.
Don't trust them.
Motion sensors?
Well, that means that when one of them is tracking you, you can't.
They mean that, by the way, as in when your
Yeah.
remote moves.
Oh. Oh, that could be a very fine art.
Then I won't move.
Especially how janky the fucking Wiimote
I was
is.
about to say, yeah, it could read fucking
Don't
anything.
even blink. Got it?
Really?
Really?
I'll do my best. No blinking, huh?
This is where I started playing around with not using the fucking Wiimote to menu.
Oh, that's actually quite handy. Just avoid the ultraviolets. As you go
Yeah.
to a giant library.
Say that.
Yeah, you probably have to cross your beams at some point, though.
I'm just looking for items.
I love the sizes there at the start going like, ha, wrong way, idiot.
I don't know, you can approach it from anyway, like it's an open corridor.
Yeah. It is not in there. So I'm guessing that enemies spawn if you're caught in the light.
Hey, that was a Wiimote turning in a wall.
Bowie robot.
It readjusted me because it didn't pick up the thing.
Yeah.
Because it was he was facing the wall, it tried to readjust me.
I was about to say you could actually tell that the remote just kind of had like a slight correction, and that's what threw you off.
Still, gives us a chance to run around and look for the
I was about to
items.
say, actually, this is actually worked to your advantage. There doesn't seem to be any stakes here.
I was wondering, I thought it would send me back to the start with
Yeah.
like health loss, but now it's just spawning enemies.
Too, but no. And they're all just having a fucking little dance to themselves. Turn on your red
Yeah.
shoes and dance to
So now that's some really bad practice storing chemicals out in the open like
Yeah.
that.
I'm telling.
Especially in the laser controlled room.
I just feel like these scientists didn't practice, like, just.
Oh, they fucking cowboys, a lot
I'll
of
tell
them.
you, like that's the problem with the private sector, just fucking. There's no rules. There's no rules. I bet you these lads aren't even
Funded by the Japanese government. Perverts.
like seriously. They get one fucking grant and they lost their fucking run themselves. They think they're hot shit,
Yeah, started making these sex bots. Walk towards you seductively.
Bowie.
Don't think they're David Bowie.
They are David Bowie. Look, they're even walking like David Bowie.
Well, they dress like him.
Yes, this is actually one of his.
Give you that much.
This is one of his faces after Ziggy Stardust. I am Robot Bowie.
Some weird obsessions, dude.
Yeah.
But I'll let you have it.
So I'm guessing that you have to
You sure?
get the cameras to reset to scan mode before you get into the door.
Basically, you have to kill these guys, and when you do,
Yeah.
it resets you back in the room.
Oh, I see. Okay, well that's fair enough. Because you took that first attempt to actually scope the place out, and then you can actually bolt to the end.
Yeah, and I got the
You
item,
got
so
items as well, yeah. So optimal strats here from your friends at Monday Madness.
I don't think it's optimal, but and that laser there was tricky.
Yes.
I was like, "You fuck." I really don't like the position of that either.
No.
The closer you get, the less.
Yeah. It's just like. Oh, this.
Yeah, we're going into the people grinder now.
This is the Slender Man room. Fantastic. This is where everyone goes to die.
Don't dead, open inside.
This is it. Beyond this door is the girl you're looking for.
I don't know, man. I think she's in that grill there to your left.
Finally.
Finally, porn. It's not only triple X, it's heptuple X.
Yeah?
That means it's the weird shit.
Just
Really is the weird
careful.
shit.
I mean, she's gonna be a catalyst. She's gonna be used up in the fucking reaction. Am I right, lads?
I will.
It's going to be used again and again, and then recovered.
And recovered. Yeah, boy. Her name is manganese dioxide. Who knew?
Wait, what? Why?
I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, I better warm up.
She's a precious
especially
metal.
when you go into the room of
Very
pain.
cool.
Ooh, another mug.
Well, well. Things have definitely taken a turn for the weird. This is something else. I mean, we're guilty of murdering mankind. Don't you have anything to say?
Please. I thought we didn't need words.
That's true, but come on. I like the sound of your voice.
Are you looking to be written up?
Sheesh, can't you take a joke?
How? How can you remain so calm about this?
You're the one acting unfazed.
Yes, but you know my true feelings. I'm scared. I'm scared of dying.
That's normal.
But you're not alarmed in the least. You knew this would happen.
You're reading too much into this. I'm just a scientist who hates to work.
But...
You know what I could use? A nice cup of coffee.
You want coffee at a time like this?
You know that caffeine can keep you from sleeping.
You can't escape it forever.
Yeah, so can't you do me this one favor? There's nothing else I'd rather have as my last drink.
Fine then.
I don't take milk with it, and for sugar...
2 spoonfuls. I know how you like it, Doctor.
Good. Thank you.
Excuse me, but...
Yeah?
Can I join you?
Of course.
Ah, love story right at the end.
I mean, nothing says a love story like accidentally killing the world's population. That really warms the cockles of the heart.
Hey man, as far as first dates go, it's better than any I've had.
In fairness, yeah, I've had worse first dates. If anything, killing 6 billion people would have added to it.
I'd have welcomed it.
I would have welcomed.
Would have given us something to talk about at least.
I mean, it's certainly a good icebreaker. It's like, so yeah, see how I killed that 6 billion? Imagine what I could do to you.
So yeah, we are now guilty of murdering everyone we've ever known.
Yep.
So I guess you're coming home with me tonight.
Yep. Bonnie and Clyde, let's do it.
Yeah, I think we're specced out for this.
Just a bit, yeah. I do like to just
Get rid of the ration pack and take 2 more vitamins.
As I say, I do like how you've kept the hammer in reserve for your special occasions.
Yeah, the hammer just seemed a bit too slow. Although I must admit, after watching how it took care of those robots in the tunnel again before,
Yeah.
I think I might have underestimated it.
I suppose it depends on how you're using the hammer as well, you know.
We can fit another crossbow.
I think you could definitely
I was
take an
contemplating
axe to a human here. Is there possibly a cat you can throw at this person? You know, this whatever boss battle we have coming up.
Let's have a look. Oh my god, we can actually see everything.
Oh my god, it's one massive lava lamp. Shit. Our one weakness. Grooviness.
It might open.
It might. I mean, it's not guaranteed. You know, it's...
I love that was the text they put in there. Like, they should have done no going back now or something like that.
Here's the might open.
But it might open.
Have you tried? Have you checked? Has anyone checked? Is this thing on?
We just came through it, Teto.
You cannot do it, Captain. Alright, this is a bit weird, lads. Not gonna lie.
You tuned into the Lost People.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Professor Anime.
Language is truly an ineffectual means of communication, and as such, humanity's reliance on it will never grant them the evolution they desire. Indeed, humanity has digressed to an outdated organism.
Then what's activating Glass Cage supposed to do?
What else? It is a destructive force that will completely obliterate corporeal beings.
Obliterate? No! Why would you do it? What would you possibly gain from something like that?
Your petty verbal arguments are nothing more than a vintage relic.
Oh, it's talking is so last year.
I can offer will make you understand my
I love that. What's your reason for doing this evil thing, villain? I don't really have one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like, I don't care.
It's a disorganized mess.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Now is the advent of our era. Humanity's reign is over.
Anyone who threatens the project must be
Die, monster! You do not belong in this world.
My god. Who knew that a half-man, half-machine chimera could be a bad thing? What has science done?
What has science done?
Why is he trying to walk? It's so ineffective.
Ooh. Baseball?
But like, if talking is the issue that you're like, you know, giving out about, there's other things to, you know, to focus on. You know, like, I don't know, like, like, I don't know, maybe get rid of the appendix. Like that could be something you can get into. You know, just something that could randomly just fucking kill you at any minute. That's a good use of your time. A second thumb, you know, you could work on that project if you wanted to.
Ooh, did some good damage there.
I see that you're taking the red blood cells out of a system. That's a good way of doing it.
Oh, let's just look at the map for a while.
As you do.
Totally not a misclick.
That was part of your plan. I understand that. Nice. All right. Go for the headshot.
The headshot. We'd only get one shot with that.
Yeah. Close.
Me just testing to see which weapon best.
Oh,
okay, I get one stab with the spear. Pretty badass boss music though.
Yeah, fairness. It's got good music to go with too.
So stay middle distance. Free shot.
Do you know, actually, I just realised that, like, because that we are literally commentating over this playthrough, the fact that we're talking over his boss battle must really piss him off.
Well, Seto talking to himself really pissed me off the whole time,
Yeah.
so...
Like, we should have been, like, being respectful and shit and, like, you know, had, like, done this entire playthrough in silence.
Money of Madness's first silent playthrough.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if it's so inefficient to talk, well, we won't do it at all then. We'll let the game and music play for itself.
Well, to be fair, we were really bad at displaying our emotions this game.
Yeah, that's true.
Oops. Oop.
those red blood cells have hurt you bad, man.
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
But now we know not to touch them.
We know that they're icky and we shouldn't do anything with them. Again, slagging off this guy for like his inefficiency. Even though he's floating around, he's still walking. Like, you know, just saying, man.
I was afraid of the crossbow break in there. And I was like, you know what, the golf club's cheaper than the katana.
Bludgeon the bastard to death. Execute. Finish him!
And the weapon broke.
Your weapon broke. That seems somewhat poetic as well. It's like, your weapon broke.
What are you holding? Why?
It was the appendix he didn't remove.
Stop it! If you hurt him anymore...
I may have underestimated the boy's sheer resolve.
You should have listened to us when we were talking.
Getting the robot set up.
Shinji, will you just get into the robot? Oh yes, a MacGuffin. It's about time.
Ooh, stage 2. Spear broke.
But that was my favourite weapon.
It was the one weapon I was like, I'll switch to the golf club and let it break. They say at least the crossbows.
Yeah, that's true. The game just arbitrarily decided, okay, you did that boss too well. We're gonna break a weapon on you. I'm sorry. Them's the rules.
Well, you did hit him with the spear once, so yeah, it's the only thing that needs to break.
Ding 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 ding. Press button, Seto. It's the only thing to do to save the world.
Well, if we remove the catalyst, the reaction's sure to stop.
Sure.
Wait a second. It's like snow.
Press the button.
Who's that? Is someone there? I can hear you breathing.
Creep.
Yeah. Is she blind?
You okay? It's me.
Who's there?
Can't you see me?
I'm sorry. I can only see shadows. But it's okay. I'll get my sight back very soon.
Touched her.
And you've got cooties.
You touched me.
Yeah, I touched you.
You're so warm. Who are you? Tell me.
It's me, Seto.
And my name is...
I really wanted to say Belle there.
You and your fucking cats.
It's finished copying her psyche to the AI.
Not over yet.
It looks like Glass Cage will still go live.
That's why you always use backup, folks.
This time everyone will die. What do we do?
I don't know about this backup system, but I think I know where Shin escaped to.
We have to go there. It's our only hope. Let's hurry.
To the Shinmobile.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright, let's go.
Okay then.
Alright, that's fine, let's go. I don't understand emotions.
That's some great writing.
This is like, are you okay? Maybe. Okay.
Oof.
Right.
Tell me this doesn't feel climactic.
It kind of does, to be fair. It's like it's a nice little. It kind of feels more like an actual a backdrop, you know, like as in like a kind of like an actual set, you know.
Yeah. I know exactly what it's like. We're in a final arena.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mystery Adam hidden in the back.
Hey. Now we get to our bonus round. What happens to the two scientists? Tune in next week to find out.
And we know what happened to the scientists.
I'm trying to add a bit of intrigue to the last bit, man. Well,
There. That must be where Shin is.
well, it is a bright blue light.
Scary.
You guys wait here. I'll go up.
No, I'm coming with
Can
you.
you even see?
I'll be fine. Just stay put. I'll be back real soon.
Do you promise?
Okay. Sure, I promise. Listen, Sai. I have to do this alone.
Oh, that's fine. I wasn't joining.
I want you to look after her for me.
You think she can see me?
Somebody sure has gotten used to ordering me around, huh? But I understand. You just don't want her to be alone while you're off.
Well, yes, I care about people.
Wait a second.
Like living people.
Right there. You've got a scratch on your forehead. Here, I'll put a bandage on it. Stay still.
Oh, please let the character model change.
Oh.
Nah.
For good luck. I guess it's pretty weird for a ghost to be talking about good luck.
No.
Come back alive, okay?
Come back alive or don't come back at all.
Whatever you do, stop him.
Don't the gassing is? That's not even the weirdest kiss Hello ever got.
Does it not? You're right. Oh my god. Forgot about that. Alright, a bit of downtime now.
Yes. Let's get the last bit of plot spackle before we get into the end game.
Wow.
The guitar?
Oh. This used to be a popular makeout spot. And even though there's no one to listen, that guy sitting there, as always, playing his guitar.
Oh. Hey there.
Oh, hello.
Out on your nightly walk?
I see you're here as usual, too.
Yeah, guess so. So how you holding up? Still can't sleep?
If I could, I wouldn't be here now, would I?
Touché.
Keep playing that song.
Now this is a surprise. You've never said anything nice before.
What can I say? Your songs put me to sleep.
I'll take that as a compliment. Yo.
Well, this is a surprise. I didn't expect to see you here. Guess not even a worldwide calamity can shake you from your spot.
Right back at you.
Point taken.
You want me to spare your ears tonight?
Why?
'Cause you don't want to sleep?
No, actually. Put me to sleep.
Interesting. And just why do you want that?
I just don't want my insomnia to make me the last person on Earth.
I see.
It's just that my dad, my mom, all my friends, they all fell asleep and...
I know. Hey now. You already asleep? You'll catch a cold out here. Here. Borrow my jacket. I, don't feel like dozing off just yet. See? Now you don't have to worry about being the last one.
Nice.
All the words left unsaid, man.
There is like a quite a poetic, like a morbid poeticness to a lot of those exchanges. You know, it's a case of like where like you could imagine that those two may have like spoken a couple of times after this has happened. Two complete strangers, never knew each other beforehand, and then suddenly it's like, well, shit, you're the only person around here I can talk to. You know, that is how you build up the rapport. You know, it's a nice little kind of thought experiment of it to say like, well, what would you be like in this situation as well? You know.
Yeah. I mean, like they were. It was just that human interaction again.
Yeah.
Like, she came up here because she always does, and she wanted to see him.
Well, crucially, it's not just like a human interaction; it's last human interaction. You know, it's like that's the last person you're going to see. It's not someone you know. It's not someone you necessarily love, but it's somebody. That's just the critical difference. It's just someone you can talk to, and like in the end, that's all you really need.
And again, he wasn't, you know, he wasn't the man that she was in love with. He wasn't anything particularly special to her. He was just a guy that she had a bit of a rapport with.
Yeah, he was a guy that was there.
And I fucking love this. Just, it's beautiful. Like, these side characters, these people at the end of the world.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of the one thing I quite like about this game, in a sense where, like, the main characters are a bit, they're wishy-washy. But the actual stories you're hearing back and forth, that's where the real kind of, like, actual good writing is coming from, you know? That's where the actual, like, the thought has gone into the universe. Because, again, it's, as you said, it's tell, don't show. You are actively explaining how everyone is being through your stories. And that's actually a bit more powerful, more effective that way. Because
I will add the caveat that I'm invested in Seto and Silver Hair Girl, and
here's the thing, that makes complete sense.
I am happy you made it this far.
It's you, but how?
The probability of you fulfilling your mission is... I suppose that is irrelevant. Knowing you will be successful to the very end. I am by your side, always watching over you. Good luck.
See, that's kind of adding to my theory that, like, everyone has just kind of, like, entered a state of collective consciousness. Because of, like, like, I'm kind of half expecting now Crow to chime in now next.
Yeah, well, obviously that's what they're setting up here. It's going to be everyone. Still, it's a powerful trick to play at the end there.
Yeah.
Bringing them back.
I do love how these little vacuum cleaners have been completely stumbled by stairs.
Yeah. How did they get there? Why were they put there?
That's the real question here. Is like, who put you here at your weakest point?
Why are you here?
Well. You look tuckered out. But there's still a ways to go. So don't fade away yet. You hear? Don't overdo it. If you're feeling spent, have yourself a good rest.
Thank you. I will.
There's my boy. I believe in you. Just as you believed in me. You can do it. You hear?
If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed.
Alternatively, if you were on a lower step, I can do nothing about that. This is a design flaw. Please stop hitting me, I'm sorry.
The main design flaw.
It is though, like... At least next time you make the fucking vacuum cleaners, at least get them to go downstairs.
I like how they're vacuum cleaners. Like, to me they were like charging bots.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Bollards or like security. To you, they're just vacuums.
You had to give him that one. It's fine. It's fine.
Now.
If the ID cannot be confirmed,
Who do you think's next?
be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, please call
I would like if the quick way of like fixing all those robots is that like I'm Seto. It's like okay, you may pass.
ID.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Show me what you're made of. You're almost there.
Crow!
Oh, don't get so excited. I said I was your friend, right? And because we're friends, we gotta look after each other.
Thanks, Crow.
No problem. Now don't kill yourself, but give him all you got.
Who doesn't love Crow?
Not only does he collect shiny things, but he's collected our heart as well.
Phew. I'm tired.
My theory is we're hearing them because we have the items they gave us.
Hey, there we go. Finally, my plan is complete.
I ain't carrying this shit.
No! Stop it! You son of a bitch.
I'm in.
That was the one thing we needed to beat Shin / Cats.
It's the secret trick. You point the oxygen tank at him and blast him off the
into
tower.
fucking space. Yeah, why not, man?
Oh god.
I mean, look,
Jonathan, I love you, but you're a fucking moron.
in fairness, I'm still going to kick off.
Are
The
we
bad
ready?
guy doesn't turn out to be Mao. So, I mean, you're fucked either way.
That's true.
And now, the final confrontation.
Who do we? Do we leave it here on a cliffhanger?
What, dude? No, let's just get this. Let's just do it. No. It's like, Mom, what are you doing? People can tell for the time.
Yeah, people never look at the time.
It would be funny now if someone just kind of clicked off and went, wait a second. Is this just half an hour of darkness after this? Oh, there he is.
Vote in the comments now.
He's looking well. Can we just snipe him from there? Or is that too polite to get the jump on him?
I'm just wandering around seeing what we can find.
Like
It's
Katana.
the last area, after all.
Can we snipe at the moon to make it bigger?
This is not Grand Theft Auto.
Don't get to take your vitamins.
Yeah, don't mind me. This is just me experimenting with where the items show up in your quick menu based on where they are in your inventory.
Gotcha.
Right.
This is the sort of stuff that you do need to lock in before going into the final battle. Go on.
Kinda.
Just snipe him now. Hit him now. Oh. But he was right there.
I would have considered that to be a non-Seto move.
Bullshit. This calls for non-Seto tactics.
Fight me.
Why do you insist on wiping out mankind?
Communication through speech is meaningless. You will never comprehend this fact.
You're right. I don't understand you at all! But, no matter what, I know I need people. I'm sick of being all alone in this world!
Words will get you no further!
Time for action!
You're not. Here we go. Now this is the final battle.
Defeat Shin.
You can tell from the soundtrack.
Motherfucker.
Amazing! What a fucking brilliant backdrop for a final battle. Full moon on a skyscraper, radio tower. Boom! Love to see it.
It's a great dude, isn't it? Ah, oh, this soundtrack.
But at will. Or whenever, you know. So he seems to have a very similar pattern to the first battle, all things considered.
Yeah, you'll see. He changes up a bit.
Like I assume, like in the second half of the battle, he'll break something else out. Like, ooh, lasers.
That's
nice.
new.
Lasers are cool. Nice. 3-4. Just what the doctor ordered.
Come on, Shin. Yeah.
Again, I love the fact he's still just walking for no reason. I'm just saying, like, if you were able to deal with katanas, this battle would be over by now.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Come on, put away the torch.
Turn off the console, Raiden.
And again, I know, I love how we said this right in the first episode, but back to these left-handed. And he's using the left hand for everything.
Oh, watch out. Ah, gotcha. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I assume he's gonna kick into something else here now, surely. He's coming.
Climactic final battle, man. Oh, I love the shift in the boss music.
Yeah, he just clipped in there, fair play. You gonna do something, mate? You starting, buds? There we go. Just kind of run it. You seem to just run out of ideas there. That was weird.
To be fair, there was a lot already programmed into the game.
I mean, in fairness, when the guy comes in with a katana and crossbow, there's fuck all else he could do.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the go-to strategy for that?
Nearly there.
Yeah, it turns out that's actually much faster.
Yeah. Now, you were able to get him when he was floating around the first battle, so... No, laser time. Yeah.
I think this is it.
And that should be it, surely. That'll do it. Boom. Any last words, Shin? Is what Seto should be saying here.
Why? Why are you trying to destroy the world?
It turned its back on me.
What do you mean? The world did?
Long ago, when I was part of the Human Empathy Expansion Project, I secretly made myself the first test subject. I felt it was my responsibility that a project of this magnitude be carried out as safely as it possibly could. As a result of the tests, I no longer relied on words to reveal the thoughts and feelings of those around me. I believed in the success of this project to grant everyone the ability to empathize by making their thoughts transparent. But you see, when I listened to the thoughts of those all around me, all I heard was jealousy and contempt. My colleagues acted kind, but behind their innocent words was concealed resentment. Some of them envied my scientific ability and youth. Others opposed the very core of my character. They were wolves in sheep's clothing. Such contempt, flooding the air around me. The weak scorned, the strong envied. Even the elderly were regarded not with respect, but disdain. And at the heart of all those negative thoughts was always me. Me. Whatever empathy may have been felt for others was quickly trampled by people's self-interest. The world is overflowing with hatred and spite. So long as that bitterness remains in the minds of men, this thing we call society will be nothing more than a farce. The world is a hell packed with mean-spirited monsters imprisoned by their very natures, who hold on to hate, revenge, and ill will. Even my parents turned against me. They saw me as a monster. They showed me nothing but hatred. Nobody ever understood me. No one loved me. Wanting to end it all. Why is that wrong?
I don't believe you!
Oh, hello.
In the end, it was not badness, but beauty.
You? I thought you supported me in my ideas. We'd both become AIs and start a new world.
No, not like that. The only thing I ever wanted was to be with you. I just wanted to be near you. I needed to be part of your life. When I was brought to the lab, I was so lonely and scared. But you smiled at me and told me to hang on. When you visited and snuck me candies, you touched my hand with your gentle touch. The way it made me feel. You have no idea how happy I was. Shin.
Oh?
The truth is that I love you.
Finally understand her. She said the words.
But why couldn't I sense that emotion?
Don't you see? When it comes to the important things, I guess you just have to put them into words.
Right, well, fuck that.
Well, I found true love.
Well, I'm happy.
So there
and
it
all
goes.
it cost me was 6 billion people.
The AI mainframe in its crystal
That's the happy
form.
ending, alright.
We will soon disappear now. Then Glass Cage will never be able to be reactivated.
Fool.
Oh.
You choose such an uncertain, intangible thing as love.
Mate, you're falling to the ground. I wouldn't be
Thank
chatting
you.
shit.
For everything you've done, Seto.
Thank you.
Again, that theme of them thanking Seto. I like it, man. I like it. Fuck you, I like it. So we found the silver-haired girl, but what did it cost us?
And then we traveled together. and after countless summers, one day, I was all alone again. A peaceful end. At the end of everything, I was truly and utterly alone.
You really didn't need that.
I mean, to be fair, nice spoiler for the end, lads.
Look, the moon is so full.
Oh, that was such a buzzkill right before this.
Sure is.
This is like, everyone died in the end. Enjoy your epilogue, kids.
It's great, man.
Oh, hey, listen. In all this time, I don't think I ever got your name.
Ren.
Ren.
Seto.
Yeah. Well then, there are still plenty of survivors all over the world.
About 7 of them.
Let's go find them.
Okay.
What is it?
Thank you, Seto, for being here.
Hey, Ren!
What is it, Seto?
Thank you for being with me, Ren.
Alright then.
I was 15 years old at the end of that summer. When we met, the tower in the distance was bathed in crimson light. That one encounter changed my lonely world in ways I never could have imagined. Ren? Oh, she's still. So warm. Even now, I remember it like it was just yesterday. The stuffy, humid air, the last vestige of summer. Her silver hair fluttering in the breeze. The big silver moon